Workmate is a job management system designed to take the paperwork issues out of your day-to-day job. So it will allow you to create products and your customer database, create quotes, jobs, do your scheduling, and create invoices, sending out your statements for you, and giving you reporting to be able to follow up nice and easily. So I'll go through how to sign up initially, some one-off setup stuff, and then we can go through a pretend job scenario from start to finish. Now initially on sign up you have to go to sign up as a dealer at the website, which will be workmate.yoursupplier, so Redpath, Scott Electrical or Advance.co.nz. The essential information is green, so fill out your company name, email, first and last names. You can use the search field to easily find your address, and then it'll automatically put all the information in for you. Pop your phone number in, and then continue to user details. From there you'll be able to set up a password and submit it through. From there we will get a notification and we will connect your supplier's account number with your account so you can view the products and pricing, making everything a lot easier for you. We've got our own setup here as a pretend company so you can have a bit of a look, but we will log in and have a look at everything from there. This is the main dashboard. Once you start using it, it will give you some information like your top customer, top product, and your sales, etc. First thing to do is go to the person up the top, click on him, and click on settings. Go through your dealer details in the second tab there and fill out all the information, like popping your logo in so it comes out on your quotes, jobs and invoices, and your statements to give it a nice professional look. Then enter your bank account details and your GST number so that it always shows on your invoices and statements so customers can pay you. Also make sure you set up the email you're wanting your statements to come from if you're going to send your statements out automatically from Workmate. You can also set the date you want them to automatically send out. This is important because if someone wants to respond, you'll need to be able to see it and reply to it. Then check all the information there and click Save Changes. From there, go through the next tabs. So next is Supplier Details. Here's where you would request a supplier you may want to link through, and we can assist you on a case-by-case basis. Then you've got your quotes here. You can set your terms and conditions, and you can change the quote number prefix. So if you're using an existing numbering system, instead of QUO, you might want to put the start of your numbering system, and Workmate will continue counting from there. Same with jobs, set the prefix if you wish in terms and conditions, and again set your terms and conditions for your invoices and your credits. Same again with purchase orders. You may be sending out to your suppliers, say if you had different branches, you could put CH for Christchurch or QT for Queenstown. You can change that here. And finally, accounting package. We do support MYOB and Xero. MYOB is a bit of a manual setup which we'll need to assist you with on a case-by-case basis, but Xero is fully synchronized with Workmate and our preferred supplier if you're looking at an accounting package that will work well with that. It is simply a direct connect. Click on the button, sign in, and it will synchronize seamlessly for you. That's a one-off setup stuff. You'll probably only go in there once unless you're changing some information. From here, on the top left, you'll see there are 3 lines here. This will tell you what each picture means until you get used to it and know it off by heart. Next, we'll go into admin and select users. Here you can set up additional users instead of all your staff signing up as a dealer. All you have to do is click add user up the top, type in their name and contact details. You can change their permissions, so accounting for your financial staff mainly, admin for administrative staff, site staff which would mainly be able to see jobs, and super user which can access anything. Then go create user, and they'll receive an email invitation and they can create their password and access Workmate. Next we will look at customers. This is a fiddly initial setup thing. It can take some time popping them in one by one, but it's well worth it in the long run. Click the Add Customer icon at the top. All of the green information is compulsory for us to be able to save the customer. So you want to put in their company name, email, first name and last name. You can also change the way their PDFs are viewed by just unticking the boxes. You can quickly add their address by using the little search bar here and it will automatically fill it out for you. Then their contact details, and also choose when their invoices are due, as it may be different for different customers. Then you can also come back in later and put them on stop credit if need be. We can put all your customers in for you if you supply the details for just $350, it's a one-off fee. Next we will look at products. You can search for brands, supplier codes or descriptions in the search field and it will bring up all options from your supplier. Hugo, for example, here are all Hugo products. You can also add products by clicking on the Add Product button at the top. Here's where you might add your labour fees, call-out fees or specific products that you sell yourself. For example, type labour, pop in the cost price and sale price you want to use and a description. So labour again. You can select a category on the left if you want to show it in a certain one, like labour, and then create product down at the bottom. Next we will look at creating a quote. If you go down to quotes here and click on it, you'll see there are quite a few that I've done in the past year, currently looking at my active quotes. You can change it to look at your inactive ones only, or both at the same time, and refine by date if need be, or a particular search criteria if you have a reference you want to search for, or anything like that. Then we will go to Add Quote and select your customer, and it will automatically fill out all the known fields. You can select an expiry date and enter the estimated hours it might take to complete the job. You can also change all the display options, but we will just leave them on for you to see this time, and then go Create Quote. There's a few options here. If you want one section, there's no need to rename it, but if you're wanting to put a couple of different options or different sections in here, you can. I'll go option 1 so I can show you how it'll look. Then say we want 10 watt downlight, let's start searching all products and listing them for you to select. It will bring through the list price, sale price, and the margin, etc. Let's say you want to make a profit, so make the margin 10%, but now the discount is negative, so let's not do that. So wherever you alter, it's going to change the other fields as well. Now we will give them another option to choose from, so we'll add an alternative option and name it option 2. And again, we want a 10 watt downlight. But brushed comb this time. So we can click on the Add Section button and name it Labour. Go Add Line and type in Labour. We'll go Technical Labour, and you can see that there is a 50% margin, which means we're making double on that. We will give them a 10% discount this time, which will alter the sale price here and the margin percentage. Now we can save changes. If you have any really detailed information you want to add in here, like terms and conditions, you can go down here and add an attachment if you wish. If you want to add brief T's and C's, you can add a line and select text from the drop down and write it in there. Or you can explain what the job is for. I actually want that information above the product, so I can just drag it up there, just like that. So from there, once you have done that, pretty much everything is done from options. So from here, you can send the quote away directly to your customer, with or without imagery. And you can just type the email address, or if you've added their email when setting up the customer, it will automatically pop in there. In this case, I'll just download it so you can preview the quote we just did. So you'll see it's a nice professional looking quote with your logo and information there, nicely set out with your options 1 and 2, the pricing details and your labour costs. And then the images right at the bottom. This will give you a really good competitive edge out there to be able to really clearly and precisely give all the information to your customer in a very simple form. Back in the options, we can convert the quote into a job. Select the option the customer has chosen, in this case the white ones, and regardless we want the labour. Then go create job. Now you can see where the job came from and it's all done. Now go to the scheduler and go down to the job and drag it onto Thursday at 7 AM. You can drag it through until 9:30. I want Claire to do this job. I can drag her name onto the job and she will log in and see that she has a job to do on Thursday for Stewart Electrical at 7 AM. If we go back to jobs now, obviously Claire is going to need the products to do the job, so we will go back to our options and create purchase order for that. Then select our supplier and a custom purchase order number if you wish. Once you select the supplier, only their products will show through, so only the downlights, not the labour. Select the lights and click create purchase order and it's all done. Then go back to options and you can send it away by email if you wish, or download it and take it into the store. From here, Claire has got the products and finished the job, so we need to close the job for her. Go to options once again and close an invoice. Check all the information and then click close an invoice again. If you need to make any essential changes, now is the time. Maybe it took a little bit longer than we thought, so we need to add an extra hour's labour, and then save changes. Once you're happy with everything, go into options and approve invoice, and then yes. This cannot be undone or edited, so make sure it's perfect. It will then go through your accounting system for you. Again, you can send them via email or download it. You'll be able to see the products and labour and the total cost at the bottom, along with your bank account details. So that is quoting, to making a job, to the purchase order, and then invoicing. Also in here you'll have your supplier's details. This is where you will find all of your supplier's quotes, invoices, and purchase orders that you've sent through. Go into quotes and it will pull through any that are available for you. It will automatically disappear when it reaches an expiry date, but you can also see your invoices as well. Any invoices will automatically update overnight, which means you won't have to try and find the paperwork or search through your inbox. If you're waiting on one urgently, you can go to Advanced and request supplier invoices. Then you've got all your reports here. There are so many options, including client address detail, your statement of account information, which we will have a look at. You can look at all your customers, and if you want to select a certain date, and then download it, open it and you'll be able to see all of the information. There will be a few useful ones like trade margin analysis to be able to see how much you're making. We'll go in there, select all customers or an individual if you want to, and the dates. You can see all the information here and what sort of margin we're averaging and what sort of money you're making. Really nice and easy way to see all that information, as well as outstanding invoices, sales reports and outstanding payments. We'll quickly go back to invoices and I'll show you how to note that you've received a payment. So go into one of your invoices, make sure it's an approved one. And at the bottom here, there's a little receive payment button. Click on there and you can put in the full payment, or if they gave you a part payment, say a few hundred on site, you can enter that here. And let's call that first installment. Now you'll be able to see how much they've paid and how much they still owe at a glance. That's an overview of Workmate, but the best way to learn is to get out there and play around. If you have any questions, just click on the chat button at the bottom and one of us will be able to help.